And I'm going to make it very clear for you in this video. I'm going to help you to distinguish what is going to waste your energy and what is going to cultivate more energy. Wouldn't you like to know that? I want you only ever to speak your truth. That's why channeling is so amazing, because you're literally filtering out the bullshit and only leaving in the truth. And I'm going to teach you how to do that by helping you distinguish your truth, by first distinguishing what truth is not. What is not truth? Truth is not convincing or manipulative. Truth is not, I have to get this off my chest. I have to say this. I have to express this. So many people confuse what they're passionate about with their truth. Yeah? Truth feels like peace. Truth feels like no matter what you say or no matter how you respond, I'm still where I'm at. The reason why we feel so desperately like I have to get this off my chest, or I have to convince someone of something, or I have to have an agenda, is because we ourselves don't believe that what we're trying to convince this person of is completely and utterly right from all perspectives. Save your energy, conserve your energy. If you're starting the conversation with the energy of, I need to be right about this, I need to convince this person, then waste of energy. Don't do it. Anything that you are waiting for a response just to get a rebuttal means that you're not entirely convinced yourself. Let's say you're having a conversation about wearing a mask or not wearing a mask. Let's say that you're pro-mask and you're speaking to someone who is anti-mask. If there's any part of you that feels like you need to convince them and feels like you won't be okay until they're convinced, that means there's a part of you that also believes that you shouldn't be forced to wear a mask. That means that there's a part of you that agrees with them. So now you understand why your energy would feel so drained after a conversation like this, because you're literally arguing with yourself. Let's take it into a personal situation, like a relationship, yeah? So let's say that you've been with your partner for 15 years and you feel exhausted because you're always trying to convince this person that you're in love with them. There's part of you that doesn't feel as in love with them as you're trying to convince them you are. Conserve your energy. If anything feels like convincing, manipulation, agenda, or defensiveness, or emotional triggering, don't have the conversation. You're wasting your energy. Your energy is being drained because you're fighting against who? Yourself. Don't have the conversation. Don't engage until you're 100% clear that all the parts of you are about that. And or if you get clear that part of you isn't on the side that you're trying to convince others to get on, be honest about it. You know what? I'm wearing my mask and I'm going to keep wearing my mask. But honestly, there's a part of me that doesn't want to wear it. There's a part of me that can see where you're coming from. It doesn't mean I think you're right, but there's a part of me that does. And I'm still going to do what I'm going to do over here. Have an honest dialogue. That kind of a dialogue is not going to drain your energy. That kind of dialogue that's really vulnerable and open is like, fuck, you know what? I can actually see where you're coming from. That's a beautiful dialogue. That's going to energize you. Yeah? We're wanting to get to that place where we can be completely different, where we can feel completely differently, where we can have different belief systems about how the world works, about how life works. Because the reality is, everyone is right. Everyone is right. Everyone is right. Feel the resistance in your body when I say that. Why? Because their world occurs to them and is created based on their belief systems. So you can't convince someone that has that life is hard that life isn't hard, because they've created their own evidence around that. And from an egoic standpoint, they're going to really, really hold on to life is hard. You can't convince someone that you love them if they're convinced that they're unlovable. They're going to be right about it, and they're going to create more and more evidence to prove that they're right. So you just have to let people be right, because they are. Only speak your truth when you're 100% in the game and willing to be vulnerable and willing to be a little wrong about it. That's the only way you're going to maintain your energy. I love you. You're amazing.